In today's video I finish off the vampire clubheads Dracula and Nosferatu. Enjoy. So we're going to work on the eyes next for the Dracula model using this magenta fluorescence from Vallejo model colour. So rather than the typical white eyes that I do for a lot of models, in this particular case I'm going to go for a pink fluorescence. So I've got a white background there already, and then yes, we will put down the pink first, and then we'll probably do like just a small black dot or blue dot. Could even do like a deep red dot, something of that nature anyway, just a little definition for the pupil, but this just adds a little bit of interest to the model, I think, rather than the traditional white colour. Bloodshot eyes, but you don't want it to be like deep red. That I don't think would work well. Eyes typically are a bright light colour, so we'll need to be very careful with the skin tone around it, because it is such a translucent effect I'm going for. Basically now I need to make sure nothing gets on those eyes, because that would be very difficult to fix any mistakes, but that's alright. It should be fine, because a lot of the detail painting's kind of already done anyway. Anyway, that is the magenta fluorescent eyes. So first off, going to work on the eye pupils now that the main eye colour has dried. I've given it 2 coats using this scarlet red, so it's a very rich dark red, much darker than the coat. And I have a couple of brushes set aside for eye work. They're basically as small as you can get, where you just literally want to have a dot and nothing much more than that. Yep, beautiful, that's it. Bow tie, it's a very small area. I will use this model colour purple. It's the plan. See how that works. I kind of ummed and ahed around as to what colour I would use for it. I did contemplate going something like gold to look very different colour palette wise, but yeah, this is what I have decided to go for in the end. Deep blue was another contender, so lots of options, lots of ways that I could go. Alrighty, So that's the pupils and the bow tie. Yeah, I just think that looks so good on the stone colour of the tombstones as well, like on the edges and that. I think that is really going to lift them. Nice, 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 nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. So, slight change of plan. I decided to do his nails in this AK Snow Blue, which is incredibly light blue, the lightest I think I've got in my collection, and that should work well with that. But for the teeth, I just don't think like light blue teeth really work, so I've decided to keep them white. I'll give them a coat of a nice premium Vallejo white that I've got, but yeah, I was going to make them the same, but I don't think that really works. And this is a pretty subtle difference with the nails. Not a big difference, but you know, that's fine. Just a subtle nod to the fact that there's a nail at the end of the finger there. Just doing it on the one side. So. Be interested to hear the audio back. I can hear a plane flying overhead, and there's a bird that's making its noises outside somewhere, so lots of external audio, but hopefully you don't hear it. Anyway, that is his nails. Okay, so here we have the finished Nosferatu model in his purple smoking jacket. I think he looks pretty cool, standing on his dock with the water underneath and a cleat and some rope and rivets. That's how it all turned out. And here is the finished Dracula model, standing in the cemetery with a couple of headstones around him. His glowing sort of pink eyes and red jacket.